Greetings. My name's Patrick, here with the table in the tavern. Around here, we're not exactly professionals. We don't get paid for any of the things we do. We're just playing D&D and having a good time doing it. Hope you enjoy the video. Once again, this video, like many others, is recorded live on Twitch. You're welcome to join us there, at the table in the tavern. Thank you.
Alright, we should be currently on Twitch as well. Still figuring all this stuff out over here on the table in the tavern. Tonight, we are doing a bit of a one-shot with some of my friends. I'd like to introduce my friends Dean and Brandon. Why don't we go ahead and explain a little bit about our characters that we're going to be playing this evening. Can I start with you, Dean?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a human fighter. His name is Von DeVento. And first time playing a fighter, so it should be fun.
Very good.
You want me to go with like background of the character and stuff like that too?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, he's a war veteran that ended up kind of more or less just a basic soldier that ended up fighting for the king, that learned different type of sword play, sword fighting. He's older and he's human. So after he ended up getting finished with the war, he turned into mercenary work because he found out that money's nice to have. He's neutral, so as long as you got the gold, he's going to fight for you.
Indeed.
So, all right.
Brandon, you're also going to be playing an interesting character. This is your first time playing D&D in some time, isn't it, Brandon?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character and a little bit about yourself?
My character, I haven't played in a good hot minute, for one, explaining myself. A little bit of a backstory to me. I haven't played in a while. I think the most recent I've played was last year when I worked at my previous job. But other than that, my character that I'll be playing tonight his name is Gert. He is a mountain dwarf and a fighter. His background to him, he's a noble, but he kind of, if he's neutral, but if you cross paths with him, it will get ugly. Not meaning to. He likes to try to do things for the betterment of the people. He doesn't like to harm innocent people, if you will. But he got disowned from his family because he did something terrible that he's trying now to make up for. And every time, in the eyes of his family, he gets shunned or he gets discredited for the ugly thing that he did.
Well, got some depth to that story there. Looks like you put a lot of thought into your character. That's
yes.
Nice. This is intended exactly as a one-shot. I don't know if you know what a one-shot is, but it's intended to be a single adventure, single-serving adventure, as it were. But maybe it could turn into more. We'll see how often I can get these guys back on. We're supposed to have a third. In fact, we're supposed to have 4. But D&D, sometimes scheduling is the most difficult thing. And right now, one of our players is engaged or has an encounter of their own with a 2-year-old. And so that has sidelined them for the evening. Maybe another time we'll be able to get them on. For now, we have Dean and Brandon. And remind me again of your character's names.
My character's name is Gert.
Sorry.
My character's name is Gert.
Gert.
G-E-R-T.
G-E-R-T. And you, there, Dean?
Mine is Von Divento. V-A-U-G-H-N-D-E, capital V-I-N-T-O.
Bond it is.
Yeah, he
Well,
went
I like
Gert
it.
went with a whole
That's
backstory. I'm sitting here like, I'm a sell sword.
Well, he built a beautiful backstory. You built a beautiful name. Either way, doesn't matter.
Right.
So you guys are contracted together. You guys know each other pretty well. You work for a group of sellswords, mercenaries, outside of a place called Shadowdale in Deimos. You work for a group of mercenaries by the name of the Astral Blades, operating, as I said, out of Shadowdale.
Astral Blades.
You have been contracted by some merchants, it seems. Their ships have been waylaid, otherwise sank, apprehended, or robbed by pirates. Imagine that. Well, these merchants got smart and decided to put together a little bit of a decoy. That's what your caravan is. And now, don't get me wrong, you guys are carrying some cargo, some fine silks, some spices, even some wine. You are cargo ships. You just also are carrying a bunch of men. And you guys are heading up a company of men, or at least are been told by the captain of the ship that they're to listen to your orders in combat. After all, the captain is not a wartime vessel. This is not a wartime vessel. This is a merchant ship, and he's hired on a bunch of guards to assist, but needed some more capable hands, and that's where you come. And there's a couple of other ships involved. One of each of the ships are occupied by other members of your faction, the Astral Blades. One of them, a very well-known veteran and founder of the Astral Blades. You know him by the name of Warren. Now, the captain of the other
Can you
vessel,
repeat that name again?
Oren. O-R-I-N. Oren.
Gotcha. I'm writing down stiff.
Indeed. There's the captain of the other vessel and another member of your Astral Blades. And their name is Wesley Roberts. He is a known pirate and a very well-respected sellsword, as you. You are making your way. Let me go ahead and show you on the map here. If you are into Roll20 now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to provide it over here so my viewers at home, or our viewers at home, can also see this, what I'm describing. Right. But here you will see that there are a number of ships. One of them is actually in control of our players. Now, Brandon, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Brandon has been so excited about utilizing a virtual tabletop. Now, this token right here, you should be able to move. Why don't you attempt to do that now?
Would you just look at that?
Okay. So, now that we have that, why am I not seeing it on mine?
I'm seeing it's on me and
Okay. So, for some reason, my stream was lagging. Still working on the keep, so we're at the table in the tavern. There's a lot I've learned throughout the years of doing online D&D, but I have way more to learn. And most of my stuff, I just try to provide a decent story and a fun game for my players to get into. So I provide ambient sound, however you like to say it, and also a virtual map to help my players be able to visualize. But I try not to go too great into the details, as I don't want to take away from what I'm trying to do. Mostly it's theater of mind. That's what D&D really is, and that's what you're going to get out of a lot of my games. I want to make sure my players know that. That's my viewers. I'm not trying to provide a video game. I'm just trying to provide a
simulation.
Yeah, a tool. So, with no further ado, you guys have been sea worthy or venturing upon the sea for a few weeks now. Okay, as you have traveled across the coast of Deimos and down and around the stretch between Candor and Stygia, as you make your way to the far side of the world, as you know, the known world as far as you know, over to Tazbal. And as you can see, the islands of Tazbal that surround it, which is what you're seeing now on your map, I think I'm going to stop streaming that for this show. Anyway, so you're making your way through the waters of, what was it the name that I called it?
Casbald? Or the water? Oh, sorry.
I believe it was the Bossian Sea. Let me make sure of that. I included in the description of our campaign this evening. My notes end up all over the place.
You're
about to take your first step into the world of fantasy called Thalia, which ironically means fantasy in the Sylvan dialect. You will be making your way into the Bossian Sea, making your way to Chimeria to deliver a shipment of silk, spices, and wine. You will no doubt find yourselves in combat, and you've been traveling through well-known pirate waters, and a few too many ships have been sank at their hands. So you will set a trap. Have fun, and don't forget your job. That was my description of it. But yeah, don't forget your job. So anyway, you guys find yourselves making your way through the waters. It's been several weeks, and you begin to make your way through the islands of the Bossians that surround the coast of Deimos. Is there anything you guys would like to do aboard the ship?
Honestly, like aboard the ship, as in we're set sail right now, or are we just kind of stationed to be able to get ready to set a trap? Correct.
Correct. You're there because you know that there are pirates that have been sacking the vessels that come through, delivering goods to the waters of Tasmal. And
Yeah.
with that knowledge, you guys are trying to set a trap.
I gotcha. I kind of want to do a perception check just to be able to find out, like, specifically what we have all on ship specifically, so I can try to plan out something with alongside of Gert on what we can do to be able to set a trap, more or less.
Okay.
So perception, bit a number. All right. So I'm going to roll and get that all set up, or
Yeah. What is your perception check? What is it?
my perception check is actually at it's +5.
+5. Well, what was the total of your check?
Oh, for after the roll, it was 18.
So you do see that there are a number of hands above deck as you sit aboard the deck itself, looking out upon the sea and to the vast wide open. You also take the time to gander upon the deck of the galley that you're on. There are a number of deckhands, as I said. There's like 8 or 10 of them, and they tend to various tasks aboard the ship. None of them have shoes on, as they're all barefooted, and most of them wearing shorts, if not pants that are rolled up. Most of them are not wearing shirts at all. Some of them wear vests and tattered clothing. Very little clothing at all. You can see that their hands are worked from the ropes and the climbing to the poles hard. You remember shaking hands with some of the hands earlier. The hands of the hands. And their hands were so well calloused, it was almost like you thought placing your hand in the palm of a tree, and almost like bark, as they skillfully climb the mast of the ship and the sails and so forth. You also have about almost 20 men down below, as to not arouse suspicion. Above deck, it just looks like a normal vessel, aside from a few nobles and yourselves, and of course the captain. But what would you like to do with that information?
It was mainly I was looking for like items, like what specific items, like large ropes, chains, anchors.
Oh, okay.
I like making traps.
I missed that part. You're trying to make traps. I got you.
No, you're fine. I was letting you finish, because actually we can use that's good information to be able to use if we need to.
Right. Around the main mast of the ship, there is a cargo net that is strewn over a bunch of cargo in different crates and barrels and even sacks. And they seem to be strewn all together with this cargo net in order to keep them from moving about the deck, keep them in place. And you wonder if maybe there is something in there that you could use. But, of course, you might want to check with people before you just start rummaging through stuff.
Oh, of course. Definitely. You don't want to be that guy.
Right.
Right in the middle of the deck, just like, I'll just go ahead and start unpacking these bags.
Candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I'm just going to ransack this, just for right now.
Hey, they said listen to me. No.
This is all my stuff. You start being on stuff. Sorry. That's our safe.
No, you're good. Okay, that gives me some pretty good information. Yeah. Do I see any
Yeah.
like big ropes or anything like that, or chains or anchors, or maybe even some powder kegs, maybe?
Why don't you roll me an
Yeah.
investigation?
Investigation. Vildusa. 21.
1 to 21. So
I actually rolled good on that.
you start scouring the ship for specific items. And you're coming up with this list of items. And you're like, I know that somewhere on the ship there's got to be like an anchor or some chain. You find some. What were some of the other things on the list?
Like powder kegs, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oils or grease. Maybe the cook's got some grease.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You talk to the
Yeah.
chef, and he's got some cooking grease. He's like, yeah, it's old. Mainly bacon. You want the bacon grease? You can have it. He looks at you
Splendid.
curious.
We've got
He's like,
some
I don't
really
know
good
what
ideas
you
for
plan
what we're
on
about
doing with
to do.
that grease, but you better not make a mess. And if you do, I don't know where you got it.
Yes, sir. Because my character, veteran background, he's done a lot of mercenary guerrilla warfare type stuff. So, you got to use what you've got to be able to survive.
Because he's got some the chain and anchor. Now you did find that there is a backups, as the captain made sure that they had the original old anchor that came with the ship. It's old and tattered, and one of the barbs are broken off, but it's an anchor. And the you talk to the first mate, and the first mate is like, I was told to let you guys have whatever resources you need. He scratches his head. If you need an anchor, sure. Just tell me, what is the anchor for?
And I reassure him that I more or less reassuring the first mate that there's no ill will on what I'm doing. It's for their benefit.
Of course. Yes, I don't mean to question the wisdom of the astral things. I will beseech you and to just whatever you do, don't put any holes in my hole, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he sends you off with the anchor and some chain. And he's like, I don't know why I do this. He knows he's going to regret it. He's not sure why, but he knows he's going to regret it.
I don't get paid enough for this.
So you find a powder keg. It's a little pony keg. A couple pounds of black powder that one of the ship hands actually had. He's like, he was happy to oblige. Once again, he said, I don't know where you got it. But yeah, you managed to come up with all the items. Tell me, MacGyver, what now?
Good.
So I want to roll for an intelligence to help him build that trap. What I want to do is I want to wrap the chain around the powder keg, if you will, for when it's lit and it explodes, it creates shrapnel, which is sending medical particles to any person in the surrounding area.
Bomb. Yep.
I'm scared.
Well, in the large chains, Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish up what you're saying, Gert. Sorry about that.
So why don't you go ahead and...
I'm going.
I don't think you have... do you have tools of any sort? Like, proficiency with any, like, smithing tools or tinkerer's tools or anything like that you might be aware of? That might help you in this endeavor.
You talking about me?
Yes, sir. And when you, I don't believe that we're going to find anything quite like that. But we're going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at her. I helped you make this character. Your background was a
Yes,
note.
you did. Yes.
Looks like you're proficient with history, survival, persuasion, and intimidation. Your tool sets. Yeah. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and make me. You asked if you could make an intelligence check. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
17.
Okay. So you managed to secure the chain around the keg of powder with some rope. Okay. And it seems to be secured quite well. You managed to manipulate the chain in a way to make it nice and tight and taut to where it's not going to maneuver so much when you're trying to fling it out at your target. What about the anchor and the grease? What is this?
Well, my plan, what I was planning was with the chains and stuff, I was originally planning on kind of using them as a boats that are connected together to be able to connect the boats together by chain and go gung-ho towards the pirate ships and use that to more or less take out their ships.
So
As
you want
in
to,
kind of like a ghost ship type thing. You know, where the rope goes, the cable goes pink.
so you want to basically throw
The grease,
anchor
I was planning.
on board the ship, and then like have it anchor to your ship, and so that when their ship is trying to go away, you're yanking part of their ship. Is that what I'm getting?
Part of it. That is kind of part of it. My part was we've got 3 ships going right now. We can get 2 of them that are connected. Try to get them trapped up for where the wind is at our back, so we have full sails. Chain in between, and put the enemy ship in between the chain, and kind of ghost ship style, take out everything that's in between our ships.
So pretty much, in other words, clotheslining that ship.
Oh, yeah. The grease was for if we put them right on the edge of our ship, so if the enemy is trying to board our ship, they would slip and can't get grip on trying to get onto our ship.
So, as you're explaining this to the first mate, he turns like ghastly white. And he's like, I don't think I can authorize what you're proposing. You're gonna have to talk to the captain.
All right. I would like to propose this to the captain.
All right, so you
I
make
will-
your way to
I
the
will
captain.
go with him.
All right. So you make your way to the captain's quarters. You knock, of course, and a few moments later you hear a gruff, "Enter!" And so, of course, you make your way in. And you find a very skinny, tall, looks like a frail man, a bit elderly, and he's hunched over some maps that are strewn over an open table. And he looks up with some glasses and adjusts them so he can see. Ah, our mercenaries. It's good to see you before we get into it. Not too far off now, is it? I've never been in a sea battle before, but I'm ready, I tell you what. What can I do for you?
Well, I do kind of a half bow for a respectable type of thing, and I say captain, and then I propose the idea on what I'm planning on doing. And then I go into a little more explanation on why we're doing this. Since he hasn't been in a sea battle, we're just trying to, trying to make it where we have less casualties on our end, less infiltration on our end, and we can try to take out the enemy ship as quick and painless as possible. Unless he has a better proposition that he would like to offer.
Now, I've never actually been in a sea battle before. You did make mention of that, and I have as well. I make no attempt to hide that fact. I'm old. I've ventured the waters all my life. 60 years. I know the girl as well as any other. But, nay, never have I seen that. And before I say goodbye to the old girl, I'm gonna sink some troubled sailors down to the bottom of the sea. Of course, I've never heard a tactic quite like the one that you've proposed. It does give me concern that it will work. Say, how do we not sink ourselves if we're, the waters, they don't exactly allow you to stay exactly parallel. And once that other ship comes into the equation, what keeps my ship from being torn asunder? It's just the same.
You do make a very valid point on that. But you'll have the strain of two ships that will be taking the brunt of it instead of just one full ship. But we need to break it into a strong point, just so we know that we're not going to be destroying a part of our ship. Yes, the ship will take damage, but I highly doubt that the ships will sink on that one. And this is just Patrick. We're only facing one ship, correct? Or are we facing a fleet? Or we don't know.
No. I mean, you're not really sure. They're pirates. They don't really, come and send word and be like, hey, you want to meet us down on the other side of the green belt at 4? We're going to have a little rumble.
Right.
Take off our glove and smack him in the face and say, I challenge ye to a duel. No, I get you on that one. Okay. We're going to be destroying our ships. Yeah, that makes a valid point. So I'm just going to propose to the captain that you do make a valid point, sir. So I think the chain idea between the two ships is not a good idea at all. We do have the shrapnel bomb that we are planning on possibly destroying one of the ships, but we need to figure out which ship to destroy first so we can possibly disrupt the fleet.
Well, my father, he was a proper Navy man. See, I never got to serve the Queen's Navy. But I do know this, that if you're planning on rubbing that there thing across to a ship, there's something about planning you should know. You see, a plan is a list of things to go wrong. And so think about it.
Exactly.
Think about that as you're planning your little escapade, and make sure that whatever damage you do and whatever damage you plan on, just plan on it not being this ship or any of our other crew ships. And with that, I give you my blessing and this little bit of advice. If you're going to use that anchor, why not just make it more of the shrapnel and weight? It might help get it where you want it to go.
Well, well, thank you, Captain, for that piece of advice. What we're going to do is we're going to prepare the shrapnel bomb, if you will. And we are going to start preparing that bomb in case if we do have any others. But my proposal to you is, why not, since we already have that shrapnel bomb already in place, why not make another? If we can do that.
Okay. Probably gonna have to make another check to achieve the desired outcome. There is one other thing about your plan, though. It's supposed to send it.
Yeah.
How are you gonna send it?
So I was thinking of creating like a small. Let's hear your idea, Vaughn.
How about me and you dress up like women, plant them inside of a small boat, as in like a tiny little dinghy. We slowly go over there, similar to kind of like, Pirates of the Caribbean, going, "Hello, gentlemen," and then once we get on board, we jump and blow it up.
Well, so you see, with that plan going wrong, I can definitely tell you, we will not make it out alive. My second proposal to that is, what we can do is use one of the dinghies, set it up, just like you said, but with mannequins, or wooden dolls, if you will, with that bomb. So when it gets closer, it explodes and only takes out that ship at the bottom.
I like the voice part.
Kind of like depth charge. Kind of like depth charge style.
Yeah.
But what's going to be our igniter?
We could use see if we can find extra flint or a fuse coil. See if we can use an extra fuses on that, like give it a little bit, and while we light it, when we send it off, and so as it's going to it, the fuse will just keep burning, so they'll be distracted of the dolls dressed as women or other people, if you will, and it will take the distraction away from the bomb. And when it gets about midway to the ship, they realize there is a bomb on that dinghy.
But what is the sea and weather to our factor? We don't want to send it out there and then, oh crap, we just lit this and the waves are coming towards us.
True.
This week on the Table in the Tavern, how to blow yourselves up.
Hi, I'm Kurt. Welcome to Jackass.
This week on Jackass, we get mannequins in a powder keg. So, how about we just because we literally, that can turn really, really. How about
that
we
can
just
go horrible in 2.2 seconds?
Or, yeah, How about we just pump up some horrible deckhand saying that he's going to be a hero. He just got to jump off right before it blows up, or something like that. You know.
Jesus.
Okay.
You're gonna give
Okay.
some hopeful, sad deckhand. Well,
Yeah, we'll tell him that. We'll tell him that there's like 20 virgins and whatever he believes in.
so let me get this straight, Dean. Your plan is suicide.
No, I'm not. I'm going to con somebody to be a suicide bomber.
Yeah. Your plan is suicide. Okay, so you can convince someone to do that, Dean. It's going to be a very difficult check.
Oh, well, I'm just going to tell him that he can jump off and he'll be perfectly fine. But no, that was an idea. Let give me a second. Let me check out my inventory really quick. See how broke I actually am.
Luckily, you do kind of have, chance on your side, as there's like 20 men in your group, as far as like soldiers, and you got like 12 deckhands. So you got like 36 chances if you include the first mate and the captain.
Yeah. Okay. Can I do a either investigation or perception check to see if any of them are like deathly ill
or dim-witted?
or dim-witted? Does any of them look like that their parents are cousins?
That's so wrong.
Let me get an insight to see if you can pinpoint the retard. I mean, the special.
I can tell by your
My name's
forehead
Jiffy.
your parents were cousins.
My name's Jiffy. I like apples.
Luckily, nobody watched.
I like potatoes.
So, make an insight.
And they're like, oh, stop recording. Yeah, insight will do. Give me a second. 19.
19?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It takes some time looking through your soldiers. Most of them seem, pretty sharp. You'd hope so, because they are soldiers. Some of them have seen combat before. Some of them may be a little new. Most of them don't have sea legs, but some of them do. And then you get into there are a few green soldiers though that you may feel like you might be able to convince somebody's good. And then you get into the actual deckhands. And you do remember that when you were trying to get all this stuff together, that you acquired a chain and an old broken anchor from, you talked to an old man about it. And he seemed like he could die at any time. And so you go and talk to him. You're like, yeah, I think this is my guy.
Okay. Persuasion.
It's either that or it's the green soldier. Your choice.
I feel
So I'm
like
going to
the
talk
green
with Gert
soldier.
real quick.
Right. I feel like the green soldier.
But I'm going to talk in Dwarvish. I'm going to talk Dwarvish to you just so, we're kind of planning out a little bit and they're not really going to be understanding. Because I do speak Dwarvish. So, I feel we can persuade the green soldier by making him sound like they're a hero, or the deckhand to make them sound like that they're hero-like, as in they'll be remembered. They'll be remembered by their island for their great sacrifice. And actually, don't say sacrifice. We'll say his bravery. Because I feel like if we say sacrifice, that'll. I don't want to die.
Right. I too agree with that, and I feel like if we hype up that story that just a little bit more to where it, try to figure out his backstory, like if he was shunned from his family,
yep,
or if he was um, went into the military or became a merchant or came on this voyage to make
Or
his
we-
parents
Or we can talk to the
proud.
captain to find out. Yeah. Or we can talk to the captain to see which a-hole that he doesn't like.
That too. And we can kind of sway the captain to get on our good graces to allow this to happen. That way, when we do approach it with him, or we approach it to him, we can hype up the story a little bit, saying, "Hey, you do this. This will give you some brownie points, if you will, with your parents, with your family and friends."
You'll
back
make
home.
your papa proud. Papa,
Exactly.
Do you hear the powder keg? It sizzle and it explode. And I'm a hero. Trap metals everywhere. Sorry.
So, what's your plan on delivery for this powder keg? You're going to get someone to
Oh
strap it.
yeah, we're gonna con some it. No, we're gonna make it seem like that I feel that we should kind of put it on a boat and delivery, either dress them up like a woman, or as in Pirates of the Caribbean style, or we put a whole bunch of random junk like forks and stuff like that to make even more scrap metal inside of like chests and kegs to make it seem like we're giving an offering to them possibly, and then
To
Ali
leave us
Akbar.
alone. So I agree. I agree with the fork and everything like that. Also, maybe
yeah.
put in a few cannonballs
Old
in there
and
as
old
well.
rum bottles.
Yeah.
Because shattering glass
and-
can blind and do a lot of damage.
And if there's still some rum in that, it can also use as an ignition to when it actually sets fire to the ship. If it does,
Yeah.
that
Pirate rum's
it
really
becomes
watered
like
down.
Right. Just in case, just for that extra oomph to it.
Well, even if it gets into their eyes and stuff like that, that can actually cause burning.
Yeah. It can cause severe infections if it's not treated or if it doesn't kill them.
Yep, exactly.
So I fully wholeheartedly agree with that.
Do they have any like contain? Never mind. I'm not going to go any further than that. I think it's good enough. I'm not going to go that extreme.
Sounds like you guys are coming up with a plan.
Oh yeah. The only outcome is sacrifice one to save a million. That whole good speech. We need to.
You're thinking Trojan horse now? Is that right?
Oh yeah, Trojan horse.
Yeah.
A Poseidon horse.
All right. So, how is your plan to? You're going to talk to the captain about your plan then? Is that right?
Hey,
You're just going to go ahead.
I think maybe we could just talk with the kid and then tell the cat. I feel that we should just tell the captain that he wanted to do it for his papa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking to a green soldier, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you point out pick out a particularly young, impressionable young soldier. He calls himself Roger.
Roger.
Okay.
He says, what can I do for you? You need help from me?
Yeah.
The Astral Blades need my help?
Yeah. So, this is
Yes, they
what
need
we're
your
gonna
help.
What can I do for you?
Strapping hero. What can I do for you?
Yeah, so this is what's gonna happen. Okay, we need you. Now keep in mind, you'll be a big hero. We need you to board this dinghy. We're gonna have it set up to where it looks like it's an peace offering, if you will. And when you get up to the pirate ship, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna light the fuse. Then you're gonna jump off. We'll pick you up.
So, I think I'm missing a part of the plan. So, I'm supposed to then take like operate the boat and what, like attach it to the other ship, or
Yes.
is there a particular part of the ship I'm supposed to target?
Yes. So they're going to when you get to them, what you're going to do is you're going to deviously attach the dinghy, if you can, to the side of the ship. Now, keep in mind, when you do this, I don't know your backstory, I don't know, where you came from, but you will be a hero amongst your friends, family, and relatives back home. They will hear about the tales that you did, the heroic act that you did to save this fleet.
You like, I'm gonna be a hero? You mean
Mm-mm.
you're gonna make me a hero? Roll me a.
No, the Azura are, and your town will. I'm sorry, I gotta read it again.
I'd like you to roll me a persuasion check.
Which one? Which one? Gert?
I would assume you, because you're the one doing most of the talking.
So if I go to your
Okay.
character, you got your skills, where it says persuasion, which you're actually proficient with your charisma and whatnot. You get a +5, so you're going to roll a d20, or you can just hit that +5 and it'll roll for you on roll 20. I mean D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Or you can roll a physical die if you have it, however you like to do it. I don't require you to use a certain system. If you want to roll a physical die and add the +5 to it, you can do that. If you'd like to roll roll 20, you can do that. If you'd like to use D&D Beyond, you can do that.
I got a 9.
Oh,
No.
we failed.
He's shaking his head. He's like, I don't think this plan was very well thought through. I'm going to have to decline. I'll help you in any way, fighting the guys. That's what I'm here for. But no one said anything about, boarding a ship with a bomb. No one said anything about that.
Oh, so you don't want to be a hero, huh?
It's not that I don't want to be a hero, sir. It's just I don't believe in this plan. Do you have a better one?
It's either that or it's just going to float. We have 50-50 opportunity or disadvantage of it coming towards us or going towards them. We need somebody to guide it.
Would you like to?
And your guys are.
Would you like to roll another persuasion?
Yeah, I'll roll. I can roll a persuasion.
I will allow Brandon or what is the to
Gert.
roll another persuasion at
There you go.
advantage, or you can roll a new
Okay.
persuasion. Your choice.
Do advantage. That's the smart thing. I got the same persuasion as you. Plus
Okay.
5.
So you can roll
Okay.
your persuasion again. Brandon.
I have 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you guys really believe in this thing, and you think it'll turn the tide of battle, give us the upper hand. He says with a small voice, I'll do what I can to make you proud.
Good. That you will make us proud. You'll make the Astral Blades and also your captain proud and your people proud as well, including your parents.
He's like swimming.
Don't be dead, please.
I guess I won't need the armor. He starts taking off his armor. He says, I'm gonna get myself ready. I guess I really don't need the armor and stuff. I just need to be swift. So he starts taking off his armor, and he's, should I bring a weapon just in case?
Of course, you never know. Bring like a small dagger or a little compass with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good idea. He says, I have a dagger. He takes the dagger and he uses a belt to add the sheath to it and ties it around his waist. So he has his dagger handy. He's like, okay, I got my little dagger, and okay. I think I got this. So do I just got to get in the boat then, and you're going to drag me behind it, or what?
How do you do know how to use oars? Correct.
I do. I mean, until we get to where we're going to do it. I mean, how are we?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, you'll stay behind us until we tell when, and then we'll release the rope, and you'll start rowing towards them.
I'm glad that you guys thought this thing through. So he's like, okay, you guys get everything set up. It takes, about an hour or so to get the dinghy, and the first mate the whole time's like, I don't know about this, but they are professionals, so so you guys get everything.
I just look at him with kind of like a smile, with a thumbs up, like shaking my head up and down. Yeah.
You did well.
You get him anchored on a tow line, and you're pulling him from behind. He's got the bomb, and he's got his oars, and he's back there praying to whatever god he prays to.
I got her, Katie. In my hand. Yes. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Feeding the baby.
And you've got him back there, and it's, going on for about an hour or so as you guys continue to make your way through the waters. And you can see the islands starting to form in the coast of Tasmal approaching upon the horizon. And you hear someone from up in the crow's nest say, ahoy, land ho. And you hear some of the crew hand, ha ha, ha ha, and they're like, hey, we've made it, maybe. And everyone's thinking, everyone starts, you hear mummers through the hands on the deck about, maybe we made it without having any run-ins with those pirates at all. Perhaps all this setup and practice was for nothing. Maybe we can bring Timmy back in. Or what was his name? Roger. But,
but I like Timmy.
Timmer!
You guys watching the Roll 20, I'm assuming.
Yes.
As you guys are...
Yeah, give me a second. Oh, yeah, roll 20. Quick. I'm back on it. We're good.
About land being on the horizon, you hear the Man in the crow's nest. Ahoy! Ships ahead. Black sails. Pirates. Ahoy! Pirates. And as you look, you start to see a number of ships on the horizon between you and the coast. They seem to be coming out from the hidden behind the islands there on the coast, waiting for you to come through that neck to make your way through the channel up into the heart of Tazmal on your way to Cotmeria. You hear
How many
him
ships?
sound alarm, and the crew of the ship come alive. And they begin to make their way to their stations as the captain begins to give orders. He stands up tall as he cascades up the stairs to take the helm. And a grin comes on his face as, "Ha! To your battle stations, this is the day." As he takes the helm from the first mate. And you guys continue to make your way forward. You see the ships all begin to span out. There's 5 of them total. The ships on your end, the 3 in your caravan, begin to do the same. You taking control of this vessel here. See if I can pull it up on most ones. What I'm doing there as well. That's these people behind.
There's 5 ships.
Can you guys all sit there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good. I wished I could get one of you guys to share your screen. It's okay. I could probably switch that.
I was going to say, on the side note, Patrick, if you can do that, if you can screen share it and mute one of the cameras, then you can, or one of the mics, you can then do it that way and still talk to us.
Well, it seems
if you
like,
could do it that way.
It seems like what's going on is my screen is just not bada bing. We're good. Got it.
Would you just look at that?
So now you can see Reagan. We're learning over here at Table in the Tavern how to better show this for broadcast. So there you guys are. You guys have control of your ship here. And of course, the captain, he's going to listen to you. Whatever advice you give him, he's going to think it's good advice. Okay. So he begins to make his way over, and you can see this ship here. It is mimicking, and it's making its way out as well as you guys span out. These 2 ships that begin to follow this ship out. As this ship begins to make its way forward, and these ships right here begin to give chase for it. Okay. I don't know that. See that there? Yeah. Okay. There we go. So you guys can see how that's all going. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and get you guys to roll initiative. Okay? I'm going to have each of you roll for your own
Roll initiative.
ship. So this is a combined initiative. Whoever has the best initiative between the two of you, we can use that.
You said initiative?
Yes, please, sir.
I got a 12.
12. Okay. You guys are going to go on 12. I'm just going to roll 2 initiative. The rest of your caravan is going to go on 1, so they're going to go last. And the pirates, they're going to go on 3. So you guys are up first. So you, as I said before, you should have control of your ship. You guys can move that ship 3 squares. Okay? How would you like to move it?
Mr. Gert, I'm feeling we should try to get it as close as possible before releasing the Roger. Not extremely close, but like close enough where we can at least try to pick him up if he survives.
Picking up the
Now, I do have an ability that... Where's my abilities? I do have... Nope. Spells. Sorry. I do have Shape Water.
Ooh, would you look at that?
How would you like to use that in this situation?
Like, as we get closer, allow him to... in a way, I guess, shape the water to where it slows down their boat, speeds up our boat, which in turn pretty much makes their boat dead still in the water, so to speak, and the dinghy, Roger, is pretty much heading towards this boat. Is pretty much heading towards this boat, and will give him the advantage, the upper hand.
Indeed.
Okay. What's the distance? What's the distance for the spell? We don't want to accidentally put it right in front of our ship when it's in reality needs to be right next to it.
30 feet.
Okay. How far is each square?
I was just about to answer that very question. So, each square on this map is a little different than on traditional map. So, what would be 5 feet on this map is actually going to be what we'll call 50. Okay?
So 50 feet per square?
50 feet per square.
Oh yeah, we
That's
need to get
50,
really close.
correct?
Yeah. So your ship can actually move 150 feet. Okay? This turn. Which I think is
150 feet this turn?
if you wanted
That
to
is very,
push
very
it
fair. I agree.
further, faster. You could easily. Okay?
Oh god.
You could go faster than that. Of course, this would involve a ability check, and it's all convoluted in different checks and whatnot. But of course, I'll mitigate all that for you. How would you like?
So, Mr. Vaughn, would you like to speed our ship up faster?
See if you guys can move faster than the 3 squares.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pilot check, or basically a captain check for the captain. Okay. Anything over a 15, okay, by 5. If I hit 15 or higher, we're going to move an additional square. Anything higher than that by 5, we're going to move another square. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has a plus, I'm going to call it a, with his age, but also with his seamanship, He's proficient, okay, which is going to give him a +2 at this check.
His what? His what again?
He's going to be proficient. It's going to give him a +2. But then he also possesses some dexterity still. And so I'm going to give him a +2 there as well. So this check's going to be a +4. He rolled a 15. So 15 plus 4 is going to be a 19. I'm going to give him advantage because of you guys' assisting. Doesn't matter. Okay? But he does move a square further than he would normally. So he's able to move 4 squares. Up to 200 feet. Now, how would you like to move this?
Let's get as close as possible.
Okay. So you guys can use the keypad.
Just so he can use his
if you like.
Yeah, I see. Just so he can use his ability, his arch ability or whatever it is, or the water ability, to slow them down or speed up. You know.
I don't know if you guys can see me moving or not.
Yeah.
I know.
I actually like the diagonal movement because then it will actually put us. You said 4 squares, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be 200.
Yeah, that'll put the Roger right there. That way, like the square or two before we let him go, as we're speeding up, so the Roger has more time to, or like a slingshot, if you will, towards this boat.
Yeah, and if we can take out that ship in one blow, we can at least maybe pick up Roger, and we can go
assist
on
the
to
others.
the next ship. Yeah, go assist the other ones. Yep. We'll take that 2 out. It'll be 3v2.
And then we can loop around the next 2 and flank them from the other side.
Yep. You want some? What do you want?
Now, I'm sorry, guys. I may have misspoken. I believe what the DC would normally be, I'm using like what I would previously used for Star Wars, the Saga, stuff like that, the private checks, operating vehicles. And I believe the DC is actually a 10, not a 15. So everything 5 over that would increase another movement, which means with a 19, you have 2 squares of additional movement, not 1. If you'd like, you can move 1 more square.
We legit can be right on them right now.
Yeah, if we move
50
to the
feet.
left.
The only concern on that one is this, scrap metal, because that's really, really close to the targeting. Stuff flies.
You can make an attack this turn with your ship.
Huh. Well, I would like to... Go ahead. Go. What?
I have Firebolt, which is 120 feet.
I have
If you
Fire
move your
Sword.
ship
Whenever
right
I get
there.
close.
You could actually engage your target.
Right. Which in turn would actually save... Which would in turn save the Roger for the flanking of the other 2. If we time it just right, we can hit them in the middle, and in turn, it would do more damage, therefore making a 3v2, essentially.
Okay. So, what I'd like you to do now, okay, since you guys are there, we are moving to that square. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that was good. And so this is going to begin an attack action. In which case, I'm going to change your guys' screen. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
I'm enjoying this really well. Nice.
You guys come.
Nice.
Now the smaller ship of the two is you. You're engaging a larger ship. You can see the pirates on board. Okay. Your soldiers come charging up from below as your deckhands make themselves scarce, trying to evade from combat. As your captain still stands at the ready with his first mate and someone else, a woman there, whatever, some girl, some chick. I forgot now. You forgive me. Lane could not make it. So, Dean, this is you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Gold Chicago.
And Brandon.
Hey, we did grease the rails, right?
Yes.
Certainly.
This is gonna be funny.
You guys also have control of your tokens. Okay. And I'll worry about the rest of it. But at this
Roger,
point in
Dodger.
time, what's going to happen is I'm going to make an attack for your guys' ship. And what they're doing is hit specific areas of the other ship. They both do attack. And so they're going to do a little bit of damage to each other. I'm just going to roll some dice. And you see the ships with volleys of fire blooming out like fiery flowers just below your the deck as the ship's cannons unveil a barrage of hot iron onto the other ships. The whole of the ship in entirety shakes from the velocity of the rounds, not only shooting out into the other vessel, but fire coming inward from the other side as the vessel rocks and quakes under the stress. And you hear shrieks and howls from below on both sides. Hooks go shooting out from the sails and from the hull of the pirates as they hook onto your ship at the same time you hook onto theirs. And didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I'm just going to show you a little bit. Just give you guys a little bit of a visual aid as these are going to be your hooks that are going across. Okay. And these are going to be the hooks from the pirates that are going across. And these are joining your ships. If you want to get free, you'll have to deal with those. Okay? You guys are now locked in combat. Okay? You guys rolled initiative for me already. Okay? You guys are going on 12. Okay? Now, I'd like you two to go ahead and roll an actual initiative against each other, or you guys can decide which of you is going to go first and which of you is going to go second.
I don't care. Go first. Dwarves always go ahead and head first.
We can do the higher dexterity, or ladies can go first, and that would be Dean. Waka, waka, waka. I'm just kidding.
Age before beauty.
Indeed. Sodi
So
or Brandon, who would like to go first at this encounter?
Oh, if I'm going to go first, then I'm going to kind of wait at the crap. Are we in the era of flintlock bullcrap, or is it just sword hand-to-hand combat?
There is a bit of both.
Trying to think.
Bit of both. And these is
we bit of both.
Okay. So
That's
if
actually pretty
follow,
cool. Okay.
you could actually, in 30 feet of movement, normal movement, you could make your way over there, essentially.
Oh yeah, be surrounded by everybody and their brother.
Or, you could just shoot them. They're all within range.
I could.
Or since I have the skill or the magic of the spell Firebolt, which is 120 feet, I can just engulf that whole as we command the deckhands to disengage their hooks. I can engulf their whole deck in firebolts.
Okay. It sounds like Brandon's going first.
Yeah, I was going to say with the magic stuff, I would like to get on deck because I got a flame tongue longsword. That's really nice.
There's a couple different ways that we could do that. Now you could just make your way over here 10 foot from there, and then you could jump, make your way over here, and then you still have a little bit of movement to still make your way.
Yeah, my only concern is that that's me being the only one over there.
Well, now all your compadres are going to follow you, of course.
Eventually.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah.
How would you like to handle this? I maybe ranged is the way to go for that, and just
or
crosses.
We can, since this is now. I do have to say, is there a head ship, like one ship that's in charge, or are they just all with themselves?
Let me get a perception check. Or no, let me get an insight.
An insight. Okay. Plus 2. An 8.
So this is gonna be. I'm gonna be nice. This is only gonna complete the bonus action for this insight. As you take inventory of the ships, and you're trying to see what the difference between the ships are, if anything, stands out as one of them, perhaps looking like the leader of the others. But unfortunately, with an 8, nothing catches you.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, Vaughn, we can do your way, but what I would like to do is save your ability for the other two, which is a possibility of, if you wanted to, while, the rest of us are in hand-to-hand combat or whatever, you can go and try to find their treasure. Since they are pirates, they would have treasure on their ship.
True. Well, the flame tongue longsword, it looks like that it will stay ignited until the flame lasts until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or unsheath the sword. So that sucker's going to be on fire until I pretty much say so.
Right.
I kind of want to go underneath, and that's being greedy right now, and we can lose our ship because of that. I feel that I can. I really kind of want to go under deck, and that's put me from going kaboom, finding powder kegs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Because that'll blow the bejesus out of their ship.
But we're still interlocked with that, so
I know, exactly. So that's a big no-no. Well, let's at least... I feel ranged combat would be the way to go for right now until we actually start unhooking the ships. So it looks like the green is the human interlocking and the red is the ship interlocking. So the human interlocking, I feel, would break loose because there'll be two different type of rope types. You got the human one where you can, with
Dean,
after we get done with the ship interlocking. What's up?
Hey, Dean, to help out with that, the green are shows that your guys have set. The red
that we have set. Gotcha.
Yeah, and the red are ones that the pirates have set. Okay.
Gotcha. So we can easily unhook ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool. Sorry for not listening. That's my fault.
No, you're fine.
You good?
So let's start. Because we're gonna be taking fire as well. We need to start unhooking our ship at first because, or we can just go Leroy Jenkins this stuff and just jump on their ship and take out their ship, and then we have a high enough crew we can literally snag their ship and
use it to our advantage.
Take over their ship. Yeah, use it to our advantage.
And on this show, it's
What was that?
On this show, it's Leon Jenkins.
Yeah.
Leon Jenkins. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I just adopted the name from
chicken.
It. Did I ever tell you guys I use the name Leon Jenkins?
No.
Yes, you did tell me that.
Okay. Well, Dean, the reason why is because my middle name is actually Leon. Okay. I was named after my... I share his first name as my middle name, being Leon. Anyway, I would always make my game account on like my PlayStation or PlayStation 2 or whatever, Leon. That was just my name, my username. And as I got into playing online, get into like, PlayStation 3 and Xbox, online, all that stuff, everyone used Leon. There were so many Leons. I didn't want to be Leon like 976. So I made it Leon Jenkins. There was no other Leon Jenkins. I was the only one. So that was my name. And it's just been that name ever since.
So
that's cool.
What I was going to say is if I can, since their crew is under their command by their captain, I can use a single firebolt, take out their captain. Now they swear their loyalty to our captain, and now we have just commanded another ship, and they are under our command.
Pirates rule. Yep. Or challenge him to a duel, one-on-one. There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. Challenge for the right to be captain.
Yeah.
You might start with a parlay.
Parlay, yeah.
Yeah. So
is that something to attempt?
Yeah, and that's literally what I'm going to do. I'm going to literally just stare face to face with the captain from our distances that we are and yell parlay.
Okay.
I'm
going to second that notion.
Go ahead.
I'm going to second that notion that we do that.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to make, for me, a performance. You're trying to get his attention from across the battle. Okay? Whether or not he decides to admit. but we're gonna
Okay.
try and perform, and anything you can add to it to make it more dramatic, maybe I'll give you advantage.
All right. So I'm going to do the performance first to give you my total, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm planning on doing to try to get his attention.
Okay.
I actually got an 18. And then upon that, I am actually going to stand at one of the highest points, not really the highest points, just more of kind of like where the wheel of the ship is, standing up, like grabbing onto a rope, and yelling to ignite my sword ablaze, high in the air, while yelling it.
Okay.
My flame tongue sword.
So you climb, and draw out your sword in order to get a, okay. Sure. I'll allow you to have advantage with that. Roll again.
Six.
So 18. 18's good.
Yeah.
So we'll say that, yeah, he sees. He's see. Okay, you've got it. Now then, what I'd like you to do is follow it up with a persuasion. And because I've given you advantage for the performance, and you said either way, I will also give you advantage with the persuasion. I'd like to see where this goes.
Okay.
So I'm pulling up his character sheet because
11.
I have
the first one's 11. Rolled a 6, so plus 5 is 11.
So am I rolling as well?
Well, it's kind of him right now. Hold on.
Okay.
I rolled a 16, which with persuasion plus 5, 21.
21 persuasion. So, all right. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go from an opposing skill check, and that's, I guess, would be a sense motive, but in this case, would be a insight. So, go insight.
Do an insight. This one's gonna be the fun one. 16.
Okay. So he does not overcome your very high check. So he actually follows suit, and he draws his sword, and you see, and he calls out, halt ye, men! This sheepy dog has challenged me to a duel. I'm sorry. No. You have not challenged him to a duel.
No, not quite
this
yet.
she-dog requests a parlay, and we of the code will honor it. Lay down your arms and allow him to bond. And so they do. And your troops, they stand aside, and they're like, okay, let's see where this goes. So you make your way down the steps and over to where he is. You could find him on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
All right. So you want to, all right. So he's there to listen to you. You guys go and he steps down from the steps as you board the deck and joins you in the middle of the deck. He says, "All right. Speak your terms. What is it? You want to surrender now? Is that your plan?"
I just start laughing and saying surrender. to the likes of you? Do you have any clue who I am? I'm here to challenge you, you yellow-bellied coward. Challenge you to a duel, me versus you. Winner takes the ship and crew.
You think you have what it takes to defeat me?
I'm going to stop you there. I don't think. I know I have what it takes.
All right. Very well. Everyone stand aside. Here's the way. You beat me. I surrender to you. And you can have the load of my ship. He laughs, and his crew laughs as well. And if you win, you will surrender the old girl to you. Scout's honor.
That didn't. I'm gonna do a with that quote unquote scout's honor. I want to do an insight to see if he's actually being truthful or not about that. As in, like to know if it's trustworthy or not.
All right.
I'm also going to help him with that. I want to help him with that as well.
I rolled a 10 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 9, which is, or 6, I'm sorry, which is a 8.
Well, you rolled a 10 and an 8. Well, I think it's pretty obvious that he's a pirate and he's up to no good. So,
yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
Of it. You're not certain.
No surrendering. I'm gonna kill him.
You question his honor. So what would you like to do about it? Would you like to voice that?
With his honor, I'm going to with intimidation. I'm going to say, no. I'm going to kill you for the right to be the captain.
Oh, and everyone gets quiet. Let me get her intimidation.
Yeah, and I'm going to do kind of like the gladiator. Are you not entertained with my flaming sword in the air?
Okay, so roll me an intimidation.
18 altogether.
18 altogether. All right. I like where this is going. Opposing check. He rolled a 20.
You not entertained?
He rolled a 20. But, hold on. I'm not done yet.
Okay. That was also kind of like the inspiration to show the power of to his crew on if I do win that I am a one not to mess with and one to be trustworthy with. Kind of like this is who I am, do you really challenge me? Not afraid. Kind of like an inspiration to his crew if it does get switched over.
What I'm doing is I'm rolling a series of checks, all with the your intimidation in mind. Now the pirate captain himself, he's like, right, you're gonna kill me, and you're gonna become captain. All right, yeah. No, at first he's like, there's no way you have a chance against me. And there's no way in my right mind am I going to agree to something like that from some wet behind the ears landlubber like you. And you hear the crowd. You hear some of the crew members on the deck of the pirate ship, and they're like, "Oh, he did challenge. There is that's a challenge. That's a challenge to the right captain. That's one to be one to be honored. That is Captain. One to be honored. And you hear the first man, he's like, Captain, I hate to say it, but the boys are right. He did, under the truce of parley, offer a challenge to the captain to become captain. And if you're not willing to honor that challenge, I don't know what how the crew was going to feel about that exactly. The captain's like, very well, you wet, yellow belly, no good, land-loving, milk-drinking pipsqueak, I accept your challenge and I spit on your mother's eye.
I just smile at him with this most grimace smile and say, I hope your bite is better than your bark.
And he takes off his mantle and his overcoat, and he reveals a rapier and a gun.
And you said a gun?
A gun, a rapier, and also what looks like a long sword.
A long sword, eh? Let's do this. Let's do it.
Okay. So, I need to go back and decide for this. You're making me have to do it.
Just got very interesting. I'm interested to see where this ends up going. Crew is going to give you. Ooh. So, I think you're over here now, D.
Oh, of course I am.
You went down to the deck to talk trash to the captain. So there they are. Some of the crews come over with you to make sure that the rest of their crew stays true to their word and doesn't decide to interfere in any way.
Oh, of course.
What are you
I
doing?
wholeheartedly agree. So I'm going to be standing guard. I'm going to be standing at the edge. Same as I'm going to be on their ship, but standing there, standing by in case of, again, like you said, if they're not going to be true to their word, I will just ring health fire.
Okay.
Well, you got to remember we have our crew over there now too.
Right.
Part of the reason
But I will.
for that is
I will.
you guys didn't
So
deliver Hobo Mall. far left. No, without doing
Right.
your guys too.
Yes. So, with that being said, in case if we do lose some people along the way as we're trying to get back onto our boat, once we made it all safely, I will then rain hellfire onto their ship.
Okay. All right. So get yourself into position. You should be able to move your token. You're able to move the ship.
Ooh.
You should be able to move that.
How do let's go
Great
here.
to meet ya. How are ya?
Okay. I don't know how I was able to do that before.
Right click, maybe? Right click, drag?
I can move them.
No.
It's cool. Where would you like to be standing?
Standing on their ship, right in like almost middle of their ship at the edge.
Right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the guards,
I'm just kind of.
and then they're over there with you.
Hey, don't have the guards too close to the edge. It's greased
Oh.
up.
Okay. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you're in there.
Like
Well.
greased up that kid.
The ship. Okay. That seems about right for this little battle. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Dean, you and my little cat.
18.
18. Not bad. I think I'm just going to trust D&D Beyond to do this. And I'm just going to do the pre-generated dice for initiative, being a 6. So you're going to go first, Dean.
All right. Going back to D&D Beyond. So okay, sorry. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, reading abilities. I apologize. So he's got his weapons drawn and we're ready for the duel, correct?
Correct. All right.
I'm reading some things. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to do disarming. I'm going to use one of my superiority dice to use a disarming attack.
Okay. All right.
So click that to let me know. If you want to move, fueled by maneuvers enhanced by attacks. Why do I do this? Come on, move.
He has.
Get out of here.
We'll say he has his longsword drawn. Okay. And then the
yeah.
pistol in the other hand.
Oh, I'm getting rid of that pistol.
All right.
So, all right, I'm reading up on it. I'm sorry, I was horrible and didn't really do much of math. All right, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend one superiority dice to attempt to disarm the target, forcing it to drop one item of your choice that it's holding. You add a superiority dice to the attack's damage roll, and on the target must make a strength saving throw. On the failed save, it drops the objects you choose. The object lands at its feet.
Okay.
So 4d8. How would I work on that one? I've never used the fighter before, the superiority dice. You learn a maneuver
Okay.
that's
So you're
fueled by.
gonna roll for the disarm. You're gonna roll an attack.
Yep.
Okay. And then you're gonna add the superiority die. So you're gonna roll the die that it suggests for your superiority, which should be a D8, right? And you're gonna add that to the total, okay, to hit. And as long as you're successful, you should be able to disarm.
I gotcha. Yeah. So roll the hit and then use the superiority dice. Die. All right, give me a second. Finding my D8, my date. Oh, screw this! I'm just going to cheat. That's rolled a 23 for hit, and then I need to find the D8 right here. Give me a second. Rolling a D8.
Okay.
8. I rolled an 8 on that.
So what's the total?
The full total is 31.
Okay. So you and you're hitting him with what now?
I'm hitting him with a flame tongue longsword.
Okay, so you close the distance and strike at his pistol, and you hit it out of his hand. Okay. Now I have included sounds. You can use right there. Don't just be carried away with it, but I want to make sure you know that's there. That you can use to help accent your spirit. Anyway, so you hit the sword and it comes out of the captain's hand.
Which it does.
I've
got an odd question. Is it a? I'm getting really, really detailed with this, and I'm sorry for that, but it is a flaming sword, and that is a flintlock with powder.
You managed to hit it out of his hand.
Okay, gotcha. We'll just leave it. Yeah.
Over there. Roll me damage for the fire that it would be for the flame.
All right, so it is a plus 2d6. It says plus 2d6, and I just rolled an 11. And I can show you if you want me to. I just rolled it.
No, you're fine. 11.
Okay.
So, the pistol, after you hit it with the flame tongue, actually ignites and blows up. The pistol is gone.
Good. Awesome, possum.
Okay. Good job. It falls, but harmlessly explodes on the ground. Is that going to end your turn?
So for actions in combat, I did that. I do have a short sword secondary, so I would like to, while I do that first swing, I want to do a short sword secondary.
Okay. All right.
I'm rolling right now for hit. Hit. It's 8 altogether.
8.
I rolled a whopping 1.
All right. The other strike, it happens to after the initial strike with the pistol, he parries the incoming strike with the other hand with his long sword. Okay.
Gotcha. Cool.
Is that in your turn?
Yep. Yeah, that will end my turn.
All right. This is where it gets fun. This is where you say, You ready? So he disengages up in back, and then lobs the sword up into the air. The sword lands right around here, and it is animated.
Animated.
It comes to life. Okay, flying in the air instead of hitting the ground, and strikes it. Okay.
Ow. Okay.
Does an 11 hit?
Give me a
Would an
second.
11
Sorry, my computer just blacked out.
I'm going to say no, but I
No.
want to make sure you know what your AC is. I know it is.
I'm lagging right now, but I don't. Yeah, I was getting ready to say I'm lagging right now. It went white screen for me.
You should have the.
Yeah,
AC.
I'm at 18.
So
Yeah, I do have
misses.
18.
It misses, but you bring your short sword back around just in time to block the attack you're taken back from, and he backs up, and then he extends a hand. Okay. He extends a hand and casts a spell. You hear him say a couple of words and hold out his hand, and a fire extends, and it comes. He's cast burning hand. And you were going to take a total of 15 fire. You can make a
Oh, you said 15?
saving throw. Okay. Take half.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
20. Dexterity 20.
All right. You take half. Okay.
Alright, so that would be. So you said it was 15 damage, right?
Yeah,
So
let me,
15 divided, that's going to be.
Yeah, 15 damage. Thank you to D&D Beyond for the little track. And that's going to end my turn. That brings us back to you. There's this animated sword floating in the air next to you, and he has just cast Burning Hand, and you just ducked underneath it, but your back has taken a bunch of fire damage. You feel it still burning on your cape as you whip your arm back around and you
Yeah. So how much damage did I take first? I just now got to the
Okay,
screen
so
on that
you're
one.
going to actually take
7.
8 points of fire. So,
8 damage. Boom. Gotcha. That's what I need to know. I am going to close. I got an animated sword to my left. I've got him probably about a good 5 feet in front of me, give or take on that one.
mm-hmm.
And okay. So. It's gonna sound crazy, but I'm closing the gap and going right to him.
Okay. All right. You close the gap and you charge forward. All right. And
I'm reading. Sorry.
you can move your token. I want to make sure you know that.
Okay.
As you
Gotcha.
charge forward, the long sword that he threw there, I'm sorry, buddy, but it's going to get an attack of opportunity. Does a 21 hit?
It does hit.
So luckily, I'm going to count this as one hit. So it's going to do. It's not going to be one of those two-handed, deals. I don't think. I don't think it adds anything to it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's use your ability. So it'd be a total of 9 slashing.
So just 9 slashing damage.
9.
All right.
What would you like to do?
That's what I'm reading up right now. Sorry.
No,
I'm horrible, Captain.
You're okay. So as you're reading up, okay, Brandon over there,
Yes.
you notice something. That the first mate is making his way down the stairs over here, and has been making his way down. Now stands right over there, not too far from where you are. And watch
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you would like? We know you're.
I would.
Interfering in the match, whatever. Well, prep. No?
Yeah. What I would like to do is, I mean, I would keep my. I'm keeping my guard up. Can I roll for initiative or insight to figure out what his intentions are?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me this.
All right. 17 plus 2, 19.
Are you following his eyes? And you're seeing he glances over at you, but then he looks back and he's looking at the fight. But he's looking, more specifically, it appears, down on the ground, right around in this area. Very curious about where he is stepping.
Okay.
And so you follow his eyes down to that area. Why don't you roll me a
Perception? I got a 6.
Okay. You're looking over in the direction, and you see the grate there, and it looks like it's like a cargo bay or something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder if maybe that's what he's so curious about. Maybe that's it. Has a lower level feel there. Looks like it confuses him in another area. Like into the hole below. Other than that,
Okay.
you don't really notice anything. Dean, are you still?
Yeah, I'm still here. My AirPod just died. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to do I'm going to do some combos because I realized I have an extra attack that I totally missed from last time.
Okay.
And so I'm going to use Flintstone Longsword, like strike at him and then short sword right afterwards, and then use an extra attack for with the flame tongue longsword.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
$24 for hit.
That hit.
Oh hell yeah! 1d8 plus 4, and then there's 9. The first regular damage is 9, and then a 2d6 for the fire. So 9.
Yeah. So
And then 3. So
that does hit, but as you connect with him and you see your blade come down, he just utters a word just in time, and you see a force emanate, and he appears to have cast heal as a reaction.
you said heal?
Shield.
Oh, gotcha.
And just at 44, it's just 5 over his armor class, so he casts shield. His AC suddenly becomes a 4. So, your attack actually ends up missing. So that damage that you roll.
Okay, is it just a one turn thing, or is it over him?
It's a reaction.
Okay, gotcha.
Starting to figure that out.
Yeah.
The sword, the burning hands, the reaction with the shield. He's not a normal fighter. He seems to be adept with a blade. Is that going to end your turn?
No, I'm using. I got a short sword for a secondary attack.
Let's do it.
That one hits.
What's
13.
13 total.
Yep, 13 total.
And with your second attack, he just ducks back out of the way, and completely missed.
Okay.
Is that going to end your turn?
So I would be able to use the extra attack, right?
Yeah.
My first 2 miss. Okay, gotcha. I just was double checking on that one. Yeah, Flame Tongue Sword's going to swing at him again.
Okay. Make an attack.
19.
19. Yeah.
Okay. And then roll for damage. That's 8. 8 regular damage. And then I'm going to do the 2d6 for fire.
All right.
Oof.
Oh.
There's the fire was 9.
Okay. What was the slashing damage?
The slashing damage was 8.
8, and then plus 9.
9. Yep. 17.
All right. So, yeah, the shield comes up and blocks the first attack, and then your short sword, it comes and he ducks backwards. You lunge in and come back around with that long sword again and hit him in the shoulder, and you can see his shoulder, it burst into flame briefly as he pats it out, and you can see him cringe as the blow it is hurt him. He's not used to being hurt. You hit him.
So could that break the concentration? Oh, it's an animated. Never mind. I was thinking it was a concentration spell for the sword.
That's a flying sword.
Yep, exactly.
Is that going to end your turn?
All right. So I got the sword right behind me. I think on that, I haven't moved. I can disengage, right? As kind of like, actually, that's a stupid idea. I need to stay close to him. I'm going to stay right on him, just showing, because if he does a fire damage, he can hurt himself as well.
Okay. So that ends your turn then?
Yeah.
So, you see the sword, and the sword is going to attack him. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay. So the sword just fairly narrowly misses you as you duck beneath the fleet. And the pirate captain, with you all up in his grill, is going to attack at you with his rapier. He pulls his rapier from his scabbard and makes an attack. Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
And it's with that he snarls that you can't keep this up for long. Sooner enough, you'll fall like all the others. And that brings us your turn. Back up to your turn. But
I have a
before we
Sorry,
get
go.
Brandon.
Yes.
First pick starts talking this speed. Then start back up. Get off of it. Sorry. He whispers something in a dialect that you don't quite comprehend. And you see that all the guys, they clear off of drink like a stuff. And with that, Gene, it was your turn. I'm sure it's
All right.
It's not.
Oh yeah. I am going to do a.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to do a. Go ahead. Sorry. What was that?
That's a bold move.
bold move, Cotton.
Let's see if it
Let's see if it works out for him.
So I'm going to do kind of like a strong. I'm trying to push him back further, like close to the edge. So as in a kind of an intimidation attack, where it knocks him back a little bit. Kind of swinging my flame tongue longsword for actual attack. So when he moves back, I'm going to kind of do an unarmed strike to push him back.
Okay.
Or with an unarmed strike, would I be able to do like a kick?
Sure.
Since it is, yeah, okay. So my first attack is going to be with the flame tongue longsword,
Okay.
as in a slash, so it kind of knocks him off guard.
All right. Make an attack.
That is going to be 18.
18. So you attacking him with the flame tongue longsword. You see him with his rapier. He parries, and he steps back and sets your sword to his side. He grins at you. Is that the best you got?
So on the, I'm going to do a, what was it? An extra on the lurch back. So he deflected, and I'm literally going to, while his arm's in the air, quickly reverse the blade and bring it back up towards him.
Okay. Here. I'll make it another attack. I like the creativeness.
Well, that's going to be... That's 12,
This is like
19.
19. 19 hits.
Oh.
And he uses another charge of his shield. And you see it come up and block once again this attack. He cringes backwards. That almost caught me. Careful now. You keep on hitting.
And as he kind of does the almost got me, I'm swinging my short sword right at his gut.
All right.
17.
He backs up. Ha ha ha. You're a wire. Second hit your turn.
I just kind of have I'm just smiling right at him, kind of like a Gold D. Rogers smile, that big old shit-eating grin, like, oh, there's more to come. And so the extra attack, does it work for both weapons or just one weapon?
You know what? Screw it. I'll give you another attack. Go ahead. I'll let you.
I wasn't for sure.
I'll let you attack the short sword with advantage because I like it.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. The first one is a 19.
Well, that would hit.
It would hit anyways? Okay.
So, yeah.
So 1d6 plus 4. 9.
9 points of slashing. You come back at him again. Oh, you walk good. A little better than I thought. It's no matter. He looks up and looks dead at the first mate, and he grins. That is in your turn, of course, right?
Oh, of course. Yes, definitely.
And he kicks. Does a 23?
What saving do I have to do?
Does a 23 hit?
Of course it hits.
We're going to do 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Now I need you to make a strength saving.
Do the damage first. Strength saving throw. .23.
23. You hit it right on the nose. Wow. That is lucky. He kicks you, and you feel your heel back up, and you hold your ground and keep from being pushed back. I'm sorry. What I should say is, as he kicks you, you find your footing and are able to stand your feet.
Yeah. Kind of lock my heels and, like...
Alright, and he's going to kick you.
Here we go!
Does a 17.
No.
Yes. So he tries again to push you. He hits you with his hand, and you dodge his hand out of the way. And
wax on, wax off.
He looks at you furious as the sword attacks you from behind. Does a 14?
No.
He's very mad now. And he's like, "Ugh! Why won't you die?" And it's your turn.
I look at him and say, because you're the one that's going to die today, as I bring my, pretty much swing my flame tongue longsword, like as hard as I can, right down on him. So we're just, as in like, pretty much trying to kill him, as in brute force, as in shit-eating grin, like you're gonna die.
All right. Make me an attack.
19.
You would hit. And he, once again, you see him say a word and make a gesture of the shield. Comes up. Ha 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 ha.
I laugh. I just start chuckling again and swinging the sword again for my extra attack.
Okay.
16.
He dodges to the left with his rapier, sending your sword down harmless.
Swinging the short sword.
All right.
$22.
Good.
Man, my short sword likes me better than everything else. Jeez. 8.
8 points of slashing damage. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, fist. Yeah. He'll get you for that. And he tries to kick you once more.
Oh my god. Ah! Okay.
And you see as he kicks forward, he mistimes his kick altogether and his stomach. And he rebounds back with his rapier, lunging. Does a 22.
Yes, it hits.
And the needle point of his rapier sticks right into in between where your armor meets on your side, underneath your armpit. Just take that.
Yep.
And the sword, dancing sword, is going to attack. Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
The sword comes crashing down from behind you and hits you on your back. You can feel its blow heavy on you. That is 10.
Ouch. I'm breathing heavy now.
Yeah. That is your turn. And we'll
You
say
mean
with
his turn?
sake of prosperity, every member of the Astral Blades always carries with them healing.
I have a healing potion.
We'll say you do. Every member of the Astral Blades never leaves home without it. As a bonus action, I'll allow you to take a healing potion and maybe regain some.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be the smartest thing to do.
So, for a healing potion, a basic healing potion, you're going to roll a 2d4 and add 2 to the total.
A 2d4.
Now, what I will do is I'll use a homebrew of one of my friends. And if you choose to use an entire action instead of a bonus action, you can get all full health. So you'll get 10 back. But you'll lose your action.
All 10? How's he looking?
He's looking a little bit worse for wear, but he's still pretty stout.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do the 10.
All right, so you take a breather and use the. Now, as a fighter, you might have second wind.
Let's see that. Let's check. Action. I do. Once per short rest, you can use your bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 5.
And that might help you keep a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the best thing to do on that one. So I will be able to use my action for the potion, and then the other for healing the rest of the way. Well, healing my Oops, what the heck did I click? Do I have a D10? Do I have a D10? No, screw it. I'm going to do it the old school way. Well, not the old school. So, roll D10 plus 5?
Yeah.
Nine plus 5, 9, 14. That's 14. Plus
Nice.
10, that's 24.
That's pretty good. Do you want to try to disengage and back up?
Disengage on a mage?
I'm just
That's a
asking.
horrible idea.
All right. Pretty close. I like it. All right. So, is that going to end your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to honestly just keeping close to him would be the best option on that one. That's trying to get away from him. He's going to hit me hard with this spellcasting mages.
All right. So that helps you out a lot. You're almost back there.
Yeah.
All right. He looks at you. He's I see. Up to some tricks. You think you still have a chance? There's no way I'll ever give in to you. And he disengages to back up. And he is going to use another spell. He casts magic missile. No, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use something different. I'm going to use something almost devastating. He's going to cast Chromatic Ward. I'm going to cast it at 3rd level. There's a 17 hit.
Nope.
So this Chromatic Ward of let's say, ice shoots out, and you see it just this ice spike shoots off and goes between you and the rest of the crew and off to this side, harmlessly into the water on the other side of the ship. Had it hit you, I'd have further back.
Yeah.
R, he says, and that's going to make it the dancing sword. Dancing sword. Actually, I take that back. Dancing sword returns to the hand of the guy that owns it. So it is off the map.
You said off the map?
Yeah, hold on. Trying to select it now. There we go. There we go. Now, it's the flame, the sword jumps back into his head. Okay? So the sword is off the map and he's backed up all the way to the edge of the ship. The other edge of the ship. Trying to get a little distance from you. In order to hit you hard to take away that health that you just gained.
The key word, try.
And that brings it to you, then. It's your turn.
Oh yeah. I'm going to end up I'm running in on him, and kind of like right when I get to him, of course, swinging the flame tongue sword,
Okay.
like right at him, in a really really cool like dancing motion, like kind of like a spin.
Okay. So you move forward and make an attack.
All right, 16 for hit.
16 does not hit. It falls harmlessly as he parries it with his weight.
All right, bringing the short sword, as in like bringing that around.
Okay.
As in kind of like doing a spin, kind of like a sword dance type thing. Swing the fire sword, swing the short sword. So I'm going to swing for hit for short sword. Of course. 18, 19, 20, 24.
Okay. You swing around with your swords. The first one he parries out of the way with his rapier, and the second one comes and gets him in the side. What's the damage on
9.
that? All right. He cries out in pain. Arr! And is that going to end your turn?
Oh, no, it's not. I'm going to use extra attack by bringing that fire sword back around.
Okay. Make another attack.
Kind of like a full spin and a half. Ew. I know this is not going to hit. That's 5, 7. 13, that's not going to hit.
No, that doesn't.
Nope. Really, really cool type of thing. Spin, 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 spin. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to, I got a pretty good hit on him, so let's see. Yeah, I'm going to.
What's your plan, Dean? Is that
action
your turn? Sure. Okay.
Action surge. You can take one additional action on your turn. This can be used one time per short rest. Would that be like an attack?
That's a full attack action.
Oh yeah. I am going to swing my fire sword for a disarming attack.
Okay.
For his rapier.
All right. Make an attack and add your maneuver die. Should be a D8.
Yep. 18. This one's good. 17 plus 7, 17, 18, 24 for my attack plus the plus D8. So let me do that one real quick. I don't own a D8, I realized. Plus a 6, so...
Okay. So, you...
30.
30.
Yeah.
You...
Really quick, are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we're about to
Yeah.
get off. We're about to complete the session in a second.
Oh, no, you're good.
You hit the rapier and fling it out of his hand. And it goes flying and pings, sticking into the ground. We'll say it's right over here on the edge.
Yeah. No more pokey pokey.
No more stabby.
And what's
Exactly.
next?
Yeah, after that is complete. Yeah, after that that is my turn.
Brandon.
Oh, it just went white on me.
Yeah.
You see the first mate, and he steps forward, grimacing and saying something under his breath as he steps forward. And he seems to be pulling something out from his coat. Why don't you roll me a perception?
All right. Get here. What? Okay, give me 1 second. You said a perception check?
Yeah.
All right. $19.
All right. So you see him pull his hand out from under his coat, having gotten something from his pocket, and as he brings his hand up to his lips, you can see him push a dart in between his fingers, and you can see what looks like a small tube in his hand. And at the other side, you can see what looks like a little protrusion. He has what looks like a blow dart gun in his hand, and he's just loaded it with a dart. And he raises up in order to. You can see him lining up a shot at your compadre. What would you like to do?
I would like to move forward as if I'm right beside him.
You see him there on the map, right?
Yeah, I can see him there on the map.
Okay. I can move you forward.
Yeah, for some reason.
So you want to get
move me forward.
Or do you want to get?
Yeah, right next to him.
Okay, right next to him.
No, right next to him.
Right.
Yep. And shit. I am actually going to roll an intimidation for reminding him to not interfere and to stay true to the pirate's code of a parley and duel or challenge for the captain of the boat, of the vessel.
Okay. Make me an intimidation. I was doing your intimidation.
I rolled an 18.
8. He looks at you and scoffs. Ha! Pirates have no honor. And he goes to blow.
I will then bring my battle axe and put it in front of his head, his mouth, his face, as a way of, if he's going to interfere, then he will have to deal with me.
All right, so you bring, he puts his lips up to the thing, and you bring your battle axe in between Lodart and lips. I'm going to give you advantage. Roll again.
Mm-hmm. For intimidation? 10.
Total. You're rolling.
Yep.
2 more times. So, with an advantage means you roll twice.
And 21.
There we go. So, he's like,
That'll be Gary Calvin.
yeah, he's like, you're right. And he puts the blow dart down. He's like, we'll let them settle this themselves. And with that, we're going to pause, and we'll pick this up next week. Now, normally I do a one-shot, and it's one and done. Now, we did have a long plan that we kind of put together, therefore I let the game go a little bit longer, because our setup is a little bit complex, and I didn't want to take away from your guys' creativity. He's getting somewhere, and it was quite
I appreciate that.
hilarious on my end. It's always entertaining for me to watch you guys come up with these schemes. And
Roger's sitting back there. What's going on here, guys?
Roger still doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just, hello? Is that the signal? What is
That
the
whole
signal?
plan we had for Roger is just, that whole plan for Roger is like he just sat there twiddling his thumbs, Like, I thought I was going to be the hero.
So with that, guys, it was really fun. I'm just going to end the stream. Feel free to hang out.
Thank you for watching. We are completely freelance. We just love playing D&D. This episode, and others like it, are recorded live on Twitch using Discord, Roll20, and D&D Beyond. Artwork was created using Wonder and was edited using Wondershare. Again, thank you for watching. And please, like and subscribe for more content like this.